So I'm going to start Vlog Thursday here, because Marvin, as he pointed out, is too noisy to...
Very, very noisy.
Yes, and I'm abusing this thing. That's... that is the TrueNAS box, and this is all part of the abuse of it, because it's running and doing things. So we're going to make it not do anything right now. 1 cord, 2 cord, power failure, but that's a whole separate video. This is we're doing the torture test, and that's what all this rig is right here. But now we got to record Vlog Thursday, which is going on over here, and this is noisy. I should put this in the rack, then it won't be noisy, but I like it here because it's lighted in here. So welcome to Vlog Thursday. Now it's quiet enough to actually have Vlog Thursday.
For once.
For once. For a moment. Until the phone rings, until something
the phone
happens.
rings or the guys show up or whatever.
Yeah, I was turning off the TrueNAS box, and I wanted to show off what I have here. And I'm going to do a whole gear we have stuff, which is a question I get from time to time. I haven't done a gear video in a while, but this is a new toy I added to my gear. And what this is a GoPro vlogging setup, which I've already used it to screw up things. So with my efforts, you guys said, let's do more on-site. I said, great, I'll do more on-site. So then Tom took this and did a great on-site video. And I hold it like your typical vlogger, and I do this. But this little thing has to be plugged in for the microphone to work.
Oh,
yeah. And then I did manage to get, but it isn't actually where I screwed up. Oh. That's only part of where I screwed up. I was using the powered microphone, and I forgot to turn the power on the mic. So now I'm making sure I use this one because it's a little bit lighter and it's just the Rode. The only thing is this thing hates Wi-Fi. If you've ever wondered if you have a Rode mic and you hear lots of clicking noises, it loathes the Wi-Fi. As you get too close, it goes click, 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 click. Mm-hmm. Anyways, so I actually recorded a great on-site video. Now, normally when I screw up the audio during the recording of a video, I can simply voice over it back. The problem is my stupid face is silently talking to the camera. So I did an entire on-site job, and I just kind of, I don't want to voice over it because I can't match what I was saying. It's just gonna be bad. Be like an old kung fu movie where everything's way off.
I say do that. Just do that.
So, well, we have more. This is an effort to not carry all my big camera gear for companies that we get authorization to make videos about and stuff like that. So that's what this is. But I'll do a whole gear video review really soon, and I'm going to be using that thing today as well because I'm wearing my TEDx shirt.
Oh, look at that.
TEDx Detroit.
That means something.
It means a thing. I've been a participant in TEDx Detroit for a few years now. This is my fourth one. Anyways, I went to the event. It's all volunteers that actually put on the TEDx. So you have the TED Talks, and then the X events. TEDx is authorized events where they basically license the TED brand, and a group of volunteers put on a TED Talk in your city. So it's really cool. And I have been part of the social media team, helping get the word out, or well, not really get the word out. The word's really out there. Matter of fact, there's 750 people on the waiting list for tickets because the venue they had. They had a hard decision to make of whether or not they book the event next year and not have a 2017 event because we had a giant arena stadium being built. That the building got delayed, and they talked to the people that do the bookings for the arena and like, oh yeah, you can have your event here. Well, by the time they got, because of delays and they rearranged schedules, they could have their event there next year. So they said, do we have an event this year or not? And they said, well, we got to keep it going. We've had one for years. It's been going on. So now they have one, but the venue's not as big. So the waiting list as of this morning was 750 people. And what it is in case any other tickets open up or anyone wants to get rid of tickets, they have a thing going on.
I would have just done TEDx Detroit 2017 next year.
Yeah.
And blamed it on. Brought to you by Lee.
Brought to you at the wrong date and time by this arena who
brought to you by the arena.
So that's my involvement.
How long have you been doing TEDx Detroit?
Oh, I think this is
like,
sixth year.
I thought it was even longer than
maybe,
that. I was thinking it was like 2000. Well, I guess that'd be about right. I was thinking like 2009, 2010.
It's trivia. We can Google.
We should. But, if only there was some kind of information superhighway we could get on.
Oh yeah. And my own. If only. So basically, that's the TEDx thing and why I got a TEDx shirt on right now. Well, I'm going to do some movie magic right here. And with no delay to you, I'm back with my coffee.
Wow, that was amazing.
There's a reason we're not doing this live.
We've thought about it, but no, that would just be a terrible, terrible idea.
Yeah, occasionally we have to edit things out. Or like we've had a couple of beginnings where we start with stuff. Anyways, Big B says, "Be happy."
Be happy.
Be happy.
Tim Hortons says, "Hot, be careful."
Hot, be careful. Yeah.
It's one of those days.
One of those days. So a couple things. Well, a lot of things. So what we're doing here is I have some more. Obviously, this project, the Tuners project, has been kind of fun, and we have a bunch more projects in a pipe. Big shout out to Cloudberry Labs. They mentioned us and featured our Cloudberry review in the blog. And I actually have more companies contacting me wanting to sponsor it. And I may get sponsored one time, but I don't want to ever compromise my integrity. And specifically, one of the companies I think is a trash company.
Oh.
And I may talk about that at some point. I think it's basically a VPN company that got caught selling data for customers. If I'm trying to understand the whole story, but I look up when they say we want to be a sponsor, I look at their products. And I did a review of PIA VPN, and they're really nice, and they seem to be pretty legit. Now, I can't see everything, but at least they've been pretty open about things. This company, much the opposite. They've been closed about things, and they have a whole thing where they can sell sponsored ads, and there were some articles about them. So it's like, I can't just mention companies if they are bad.
I want to hire you to protect my identity to a large degree.
And they worked with the FBI to...
Then you're going to sell my...
Yeah, well, not just sell data, and they also say we don't keep logs, but they clearly keep logs, so they turned them over to the FBI.
And then turn it over to the FBI.
This was an incident. Now, granted, the guy was being a jerk, and he needed to be caught by the FBI, but the other thing is, if you're paying a VPN company to protect you from whatever information, what else are they selling? But you're clearly keeping logs, and they say you're not keeping logs. So the integrity of who I would even consider having as a sponsor is a big concern. Now, a lot of YouTubers. I enjoy sharing a lot of stuff, but this takes a lot of time, especially all the editing and processing and research we do just for each video. I do it both because I really enjoy doing it, and it's also makes a few extra dollars for us. So it's like there is a reason to have some sponsors. I'm lucky because I don't have to focus on as much because I own an IT company that does well, and so it pays the bills. So that's but it's a lot of thinking I do about that.
If you do choose to sponsor us, just remember, we will not be beholden to anybody.
Yeah.
We're loose cannons.
And I've thought about doing like a Patreon because then it becomes just, you're just helping out your fans. They throw because your fan base gets so big, they can throw very little at you, and it helps a lot with covering costs. I mean, the expenses, it's all time. It's really time more than anything else. I mean, the equipment has a dollar cost to it. This GoPro I didn't get for free, and neither did the $50 stupid microphone adapter. You can't plug a GoPro. You can't plug a microphone in. You have to buy a microphone adapter to have it on a GoPro.
Well, of course.
Yeah,
I mean,
but I actually got the GoPro off Craigslist for so little with all the stuff that pretty much everything you see here that I didn't mind paying $50 for it because, hey, I got it for really cheap.
I want to talk about what else he had to do once he got there.
To
get the deal. But I mean, it's Craigslist. I mean, you accept certain things when you buy things off Craigslist.
That is how it goes. So we have some more projects. Our client that's got the top secret NDA stuff. We're going to be doing that this weekend, which is good and bad because I can't film any of it. You have to sign an NDA to get out of the lobby. I mean, it's like they're turning into. I mean, this project just keeps every time I talk to them, they approved a bigger piece of the project. So I thought I was going there for like, okay, it's a sales call that they wanted to talk to me, and then it went, which is awesome. I mean, they seem they're really cool. They want a lot of good stuff, and I like it that I love companies that want to do everything right. We've talked about this before. It's so rare. I know, because literally, man. This is something I can rant about. So I posted it on Facebook because I don't understand this. And these are people that should make sense, but they don't. And they are my client. Maybe they're watching, and they're not a managed client. But everything with them is doing things the wrong way, but they don't seem to mind paying all the labor. So I need a new employee set up. Why don't we just remote in and set it up? Oh, no, I would prefer you come on site. I'm like, okay, is the computer new or used? Oh, it's one of our old ones. I said, how old is it? We don't know. I said, if you send me a service tag, I'll at least look it up and tell you if it's worth fixing. I don't want to do that. Okay. They literally would rather pay us to come out and look at a computer and determine if it's good or bad, which is fine. We build them for that. And there's like I mean, I shouldn't complain. I should
No.
be absolutely. This is the part that you guys can just say, Tom, you're an idiot. Shut up. You're making money. And I know that's completely what you say. It's still the mental aggravation I got to sit for somewhere for a few hours because every time this machine rebooted, it was so slow. It was 11 minutes to get it to a prompt again. So it needed to be rebooted a couple times just to load the software. So literally, there went 11 minutes. Okay. There's literally nothing else to do. I mean, we do a lot of these remotely, and we give people discounts because a lot of times when you're doing things remotely, we kick it off and we'll work it into the bill very nicely. They want everything done on site. They don't want to replace the computer, but because it took 2 hours to set up a user and load just a little bit of software, that far exceeded the value of that computer.
Certainly.
Like that computer could be thrown away, and so it doesn't have any value at all. But I shouldn't complain because we had another incident with them that they got billed 7 hours to set up 2 computers. And it was because everything's so disorganized there. And I'm like, I don't know.
It falls into a mentality of like they want to, if you're remoting in, right, like they're not, I don't know if it's like they're not part of it or they're like, oh, well, like you're compromising me somehow by remoting in. If you're here, I can see what you're doing.
And they let us do some things remotely, so it's really hit and miss. And someone said they just like to see us physically there. And I'm like, well, yes and no. They just stuck me in an office, but it had a great view. Beautiful view. I'll post a picture of the view.
Again, you shouldn't be complaining.
Yeah, it was a great view of the city. They have a great office. So, I mean, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm just like chilling, playing on my phone, watching it because I'm like, I have nothing I can do waiting for this thing to reboot. Yeah. Oh, man. And we had uninstalled. It had AVG, the 2000, to give you an idea of the age of the computer, I was installing like a 2013 or 2012 version of AVG. The computer hadn't been booted in that long. So it was like this brings the other question. How much do you like your staff that you're hiring a new person and giving them that? Because they're like, is it usable? I was like, here's how you could walk to work and you'd still get to work.
Yeah, is it?
You just
right.
So, I mean, Outlook. When we opened up Outlook on it, it was a ridiculous amount of time. I don't know. So
I believe they're also a company that bills by the hour. So
they are. You think they understand the value of time better? I don't know. Well, their hourly bill rate is higher than my hourly bill rate. Therefore, they figure winning.
Exactly, right? If I'm spending a half hour waiting on Outlook to open, somebody's getting billed for that.
I'm so mixed emotion of do I complain about it or do I, then another client.
But it's one of those things where you could be doing something else too.
Yeah, I feel as though I can. I know I'm doing something for the client. I'm getting paid, and this is what we do. But I also feel like this is really it's menial, and
it's also very difficult for Tom to sit still for long periods of time.
It is, and because most of my time was just clicking next and yes, I actually mentioned my friend says, "Man, I'd love to take some pictures from that because the office is fairly high up." And I was like, you know what? I tell you what, can you click next and yes for 2 hours? I'll contract you to do it. You can sit there and take pictures out the window. And get paid. Like you can just click next. So they talked about having another computer set up next week. I'm like, sure, we can do this again.
Absolutely.
And all the computers were bought at the same time. So this computer is identically the same, which means also ridiculously slow.
Oh wow.
Then yeah.
You need to just remember those bird feeder drinker things. Like you need just one of those. Just boop, and then it like comes up for about a minute, and then boop.
Yeah, and I don't mind if the client watches this video because they just say we want it that way. I'm okay. I mean, I don't push them hard on asking them why. I'm not. That's not where. At some point, if someone's just paying you to do something, don't question it. I shut up. Doesn't mean I won't get on a vlog and talk about it.
It's apparently worth it to them. So
yeah. And can I give some advice to any of my clients who do this? And he'll know who he is if he does watch our vlog, but I don't think he does. Great guy. But quit searching for free antivirus. He virused up his computer with free antivirus searches and loaded tons of crap. Now, we fixed it for him, but these are always the same thing. There are non-managed clients. The managed clients, they kind of understand. I give you guys a fee. You just make all the magic happen with the computers, and we run our business, and you run that side. That's the managed service provisioning side we do, and those clients are really happy. Those are easy clients. They're just, back and forth with them is always really easy because they understand I pay you a service fee to make sure all this works, and then I focus on my business. And also some of the very, very successful clients that we have, just they understand that. That's, they pay the power bill to keep electricity on. They pay the Tom bill to keep Lawrence Systems making all their stuff work magically.
And it does. That's the part. That's the great part.
Yeah, I mean, that's the procedures that my guys are following. We have our tools. We run through everything. We make sure everything is just singing and humming along for them. And away we go. We're watching for alerts, managing updates, managing all the definitions for things, blocking websites, which was actually a really funny. I love the we can't get to, and we should call them out because they still have a virus on their website. There's a local restaurant. And there are clients upset because they can't get the menu. And they're like, Tom, your blocking system is a little bit overreaching here because it won't let us get the menu off this local restaurant. And I said, that's odd. But my policies here are never to just assume we should unblock a website. We always have to examine the website. Further examination of the website, not on the front page, a couple pages in, and it was a little tricky to find. There's a WordPress virus on there, essentially, which basically it's been hijacked, and it sends you hijacked links and drive-by downloads, but not consistently. It's kind of neat. You just got to run the site check. So the site clearly has some infections on some of the pages, and our system blocked it from coming. So we're like, oh yeah, this site's actually got a problem. And they go, thank you. So what we actually did was downloaded a clean version of the PDF and scanned it and emailed them the PDF. We told them to put it on the wall, and they did. So because we've contacted the restaurant numerous times, and they have read the messages. And if you talk to the restaurant, no one seems to know who maintains the website. And the restaurant owner owns a couple restaurants, and no one seems to care. They've had this virus on here for like 6 months. It's like a sales call. Like, we can fix this for you. We can help you, but you also have to actually reply to a message. They don't seem concerned with it because then they're like, website's up.
Yeah, it's
like,
up. People coming and eating food, so.
Yep, and getting viruses. Once again, I shouldn't complain because they get viruses, and we have a retail store, and they
Let's be
them
clear.
here.
They're not getting viruses from the food
No.
that we know of.
The food's actually really good.
Yeah.
I still eat there, even though their website's infected. Their food is good. So
every time he signs the credit card bill, he says, by the way, your website is still infected.
Yeah, they ask for a tip. Clean up your website.
That's the tip. Here's $4 and clean your website.
There you go. Here's your tip. You should have a not-infected website. Okay.
Were we going to talk about Snapchat?
We were going to talk about Snapchat. So I've been trying to conquer Snapchat, and that's been fun. We'll insert at the end, me and Marvin, because we were going to do it at the beginning, and somehow we got sidetracked because of something else that we'll talk about now. But we'll at least put one Snapchat video of me and Marvin, and we figure out how to work it.
So I'm a hammer? Because it's hammer time. I'm vomiting nails. Feeling all right? Oh. No.
So the Snapchat thing real quick. I'm old, apparently. So I do great, fun, technical things all the time with the hardware that makes things like Snapchat work, making sure that all your connectivity and wireless and all that. So, but where I fail is my understanding of social graces, maybe. I don't know.
Social interaction?
Social interaction with people.
Yeah.
You know, I've always, like, I don't understand why people would do some things. Like, my daughter uses Snapchat all the time. She's 16, so she lives on Snapchat because that's where people under 25 are right now. And I mostly think it's just for selfies because she posts, like, a few of them. And, like, as I'm driving her to school, as the lighting changes, she posts a new selfie. And my son's on Snapchat. He's funny. And so me and him send things back and forth to make sure I laugh. But I'm trying to learn it and trying to connect with the younger generation. Because I didn't think to disconnect my kids. I'm like, I'm a tech guy. Video games won't be my disconnect. Because my parents had no idea, no connection to me at all. On everything from music to computers to games. They're just very, there is no crossover there. But with my kids, you know, you always think, okay, I'll be the parent that's cool and connected, but I'm lost occasionally. So I try to bring myself, though, and participate in whatever my kids are doing. So now it's Snapchat. Like, okay, kids, you are on this a lot. I'm not stopping you. I'm going to join you, which may even stop them and go, oh, no, Dad's on Snapchat. So
that's usually how it works, right? Oh.
I've been monitoring and watching Snapchat, but I wasn't certain how to do the Snapchat. But it's really... The concept of Snapchat versus Facebook is really interesting. So Facebook has the memories that come up, and they want you to reminisce about things on there. The kids like Snapchat, and I'm going to do a video with my daughter. She said she'd do it with me, and we explain Snapchat to people over 40. That's what she's going to do. That's me.
Okay.
And this guy.
Yeah.
But they like it because it's the now. Yep. You only enjoy the content the now. 24 hours is gone because after 24 hours it doesn't matter. I wanted to share something that has to do with the moment of the now, And the moment of the now is over after 24 hours. Therefore, there's nothing more to enjoy. So we don't reminisce on Snapchat. We talk about things in the present only and not the past. So it's conceptually very different. I really like that. That's kind of novel.
It's a Zen thing, really.
So yeah, it is kind of in the now
in the
thing.
moment. Like, yep.
Yeah, we're not going to reminisce about that thing we did last year. It means you're also forced to constantly be doing something new and creating something new, and that makes it conceptually very different than operating Facebook, which I spend way too much time on.
And you can put a dog face on your face if you want, or swap faces if you want.
All right. Yeah, and that's the fun stuff. So the augmented reality stuff is really advanced. We'll segue to Facebook, though. I told Marvin he was unaware of this.
I had no idea, but I love it now.
It's so stupid, too. It doesn't solve anything. Nothing is solved by this. We'll start with that. This is my view on this. Facebook is going to stop what they refer to as revenge porn. Basically, if you have nudes of yourself, Facebook says...
Who doesn't?
Yeah, who doesn't? So if you have this, Facebook says that they want to eliminate that getting posted on Facebook. And this is how their solution for you to protect yourself. It's really confusing. You're supposed to send a message to yourself with your nudes. Basically, send your nudes to Facebook. Facebook will then catalog them and then keep them from getting put on Facebook. So if you have these photos and someone else wants to upload them, it's kind of like to cancel it out. Like, oh no, we know this one is a banned photo and this can't be posted on Facebook. So when someone else tries to post the photos, they're there. But there's a couple big major stinking flaws in this. One, why are they even sending the photos? If anyone who knows anything about how algorithms work, you can create hash algorithms to hash a photo and create the details of it, and then only upload the hash key so no one actually has to look at the photo. Because that is something Facebook said in here, I believe, was they have a person reviewing the photos. And here's the reason for that. Because right away, what would someone do besides the nude photo thing? What else would someone do? They would upload photos of every political candidate that they don't want posted on Facebook. Therefore, it would hash those photos, and those photos would get blocked by everyone who posts them on Facebook. You would simply run around posting anything that some news site said, claim it to be a nude photo. So Facebook had to put a person in charge of this to see it. That's a job. So Facebook, to keep your photos off of Facebook, you send them to Facebook. But here's the bigger issue, and this is why this is such a flawed, stupid thing, is the photos are often not ones you took. If someone has it, it's because you separated from your significant other who has these other photos of you that you do not possess. They took with their phone. You can't upload them. They're already on their phone. So it doesn't work. That's how this stuff, I bet, happens all the time. I don't know. I've never been involved in it directly, but mentally I'm like, it's probably not your photos. Someone took photos of you doing a thing naked, and then they have those photos and threaten to put them on the internet. You don't have them to give to Facebook to cancel them out. So do you then take pictures nude of yourself that try to look the same? I don't know. None of this makes any sense to me. And some poor guy at Facebook, guy or gal at Facebook's job is then to look at this. Well, and it's not always going to be things they want to see.
Yeah, that's just it. Like, my initial reaction was, ooh, how do I get that job? And then it was like, wait a minute.
That doesn't sound like a job.
At some point, somebody like me is going to post a picture.
And it's going to be bad.
You're just clicking on through and, oh, geez, come on. It's not a job you do while you eat at your desk, I can tell you that.
That's for sure.
Oh, Lord.
So, on to where technology has done something wonderful as opposed to something stupid. And I'm like, I don't know what Facebook's idea was behind this. I'd say it's a publicity stunt, but does Facebook need publicity?
Right? The what? The Facebook?
Or is it to take off all the other, them testifying before Congress and all the other problems they've got in Facebook right now over everything else that's going on? Anyways, let's go to where technology is doing something amazing, and it's called Rescam.
Love it.
This is the best thing I've seen for a while. So Rescam is a organization group, software, I don't know what they are, not relevant. They're awesome. That's all that matters. But it's an AI system. So first, scammers send you the scam, and this is a very big problem. People get called by scammers. People get lots of emails from scammers, and man, they fall for them all the time, which is very unfortunate. It's a big cost setter because a lot of businesses, we know unfortunately too many businesses that just somebody called, they said they're from Microsoft and I gave them money, or they emailed them and I just filled out the form and things like that. So what Rescam is an AI system. And we'll leave a link below to it. And what this AI system does is outstanding. You get the scam. You forward the scam over to Rescam. Rescam takes care of replying. with an AI system. The goal of the system is to waste as much time as possible with the scammers. And one of them, I love it, the example they give in their demo video was, if the scammer says, hey, send your bank account, it says, no problem, I'll send my bank account to you. And then starts saying, but I feel as though this may not be secure unless I send it 1 digit per email. So it sends an email with a digit in it. And then it sends another email a little while later with the next digit. And it goes on forward. Basically, it's an AI system that's very intelligent and reads contextually these scams and replies with the right words and everything, with a series of different personalities as well.
That's the really cool thing, is it assigning like human personalities to like how you're going to respond.
So they've done an excellent job of basically making the AI system very individualized per scam. And what that does is makes it very difficult for the scammers to figure out if they're talking to an AI system or a real person. Because real people also do things like weird things like send bank accounts at 1 digit at a time. So like, is this a real person?
Right.
Am I getting the bank account? So this is great. I mean, there's been a lot of gag videos which are fun. We've done one before where we get the scammers on the phone and talk to them and things like that. And that's all good and entertaining. But I have a finite amount of time, and so do all of us, to deal with these scammers. We do it for fun and haha. Most of the time I hang up on them. But an AI system that has lots of time on its hand could be very disruptive because it can work at scale.
Just like the scammers do.
Just like the scammers do.
So I want to know though, is there an option where like you can get a digest of like this, like your scam email, right? Like if I can, you know what I mean? Like, can I get like a digest of here's how your scam went?
Yeah.
Like once it's done, or maybe like every other day or something. Can I get a thing as like here's how the interaction went? Because I would totally want to read that.
Me too. That's really. I like that idea.
Yeah.
So that's the
re-scam. If you're watching and you're not doing this already, make that part
we'll
of
have
it.
to test the service. We'll have to test. I mean,
in fact, I would pay $1 to be able to get.
Oh yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Pay us $1 and we'll give you a digest of it. I would pay it.
Yeah, it's pretty new. I haven't really had time to review it. I was reading about it this morning. I seen it the other day come up in the news, and I my obsessive habits mean I go in the news and I mark all the things I'm going to read later, and then I wake up early and read all the things. So I was reading about this morning, but I didn't get all to the details before Marvin came in and we hit Vlog Thursday because I was doing a few other things, actual work.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Crazy.
Yeah. So we had a customer. That's my next job is to get this published and get a customer. This is the other puzzle, and if that customer's listening, maybe they can answer the question. I hate when people say, it's been broke for a couple days. Now, this is a non-managed client, so we don't actively monitor anything. They start well, it's been broke for like 3 days. We're just calling you. We want you out here right away. Well, no problem. We're going to get out there right away. And, so we got it scheduled to come out. I already got someone dispatched on it. But, like, you don't need to start out at 3 days. You're calling now. I'm dealing with it now, and we will actively deal with it as fast as possible. But you can't start out with it's been broke for 3 days. Well, what were you doing 3 days ago? Our phones worked 3 days ago. I mean... Why I don't understand people like as if they're trying to light a fire in us. I'm like, when it breaks, call us and we schedule and come out. Don't say, oh, been broke for 3 damn days. And I'm like, well, okay. But we didn't tell us to now. And that's actually my first response was, great, you just told me now, so we're going to address it right now. I mean, whatever, stuff breaks. It's under warranty, which we already know what's wrong. They unplugged things again. They did it last time.
Again.
Yeah, again. It's predictable. I don't have to go out there. I already know it's unplugged. We know exactly when this thing happens is because it's in a shop area and someone unplugs it.
Luckily, they're nearby.
They're nearby, and we'll go plug it back in again for them. So, anyways, thanks for watching Vlog Thursday. Me and Marvin are going to play with the Snapchats and figure out how they work real quick.
Yeah, so stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
Oh, look, I'm ice cream.
Ice cream.
Rainbow ice cream.
Rainbow ice
They
cream.
have rainbow ice cream. Yay!